This week we're going to highlight the price changes in December corn futures associated with the July supply-demand report. Then we're going to take a look at the latest crop condition ratings and crop progress trends here in the U.S., take a look at the short-term weather. We're going to turn our attention to the harvest progress in Brazil, wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved in the month of July here, and this market is exceptionally volatile. Let's move forward now and take a look at the USDA supply-demand report that will come out on Friday, July 10th at 11 o'clock Central Time. Let's take a look at the price changes associated with that report. What we did with this chart is look at December corn futures for about the last 10, 11 years here, and look at the change on that day that the report is released compared to the previous day. Notice the last several years here, we have seen some increased price volatility. Here's the key message. That price volatility has been both to the upside and to the downside. That's why it's critical you have risk management positions in place prior to the release of the report on Friday. Let's shift gears now and take a look at the latest crop condition ratings here in the U.S. Now, USDA came out on Monday of this week and looked at unchanged conditions nationwide. Notice we did see some improvement up in Minnesota, South Dakota. We saw some deterioration in Illinois and Ohio, and unchanged conditions in Iowa and Wisconsin. So really a mixed bag. Let's take a look at the history of the crop condition index here. Notice the index is stabilized here. I want to move forward now and highlight a couple years, 2025 and 2022. Notice in 2025, the index moved higher from this point forward. We had record yields, and the index moved lower, much lower in 2022, and yields dropped all the way down to 171 bushels per acre. So critical time here as we enter pollination. Speaking of pollination, let's take a look at corn silking progress here. We're looking at nationwide progress of 16%. U.S. corn silking on average increases about 40% over the next 2 weeks, so a critical time period for corn. Of course, the weather will have a big play in yields moving forward. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Starting out here looking at some rainfall through Saturday of this week. Heaviest totals on this map here in those pink areas, a little more than an inch. What about temperatures? Well, it's going to be hot moving forward from Saturday through Wednesday, all across that red area there, moderately warmer than normal. What about next week? A lot of uncertainty about next week. There are some indications of cooler weather moving in from Canada, but the uncertainty is where that high will be located. So a lot of uncertainty about the weather. Let's take a look at the short-term precip totals for the next 2 weeks. Again, we're looking at many areas here in the light yellow, which is normal precip, a little bit wet in parts of the eastern corn belt, and a little bit dry in the west. Let's shift gears now and focus on Brazil, where they're harvesting corn. Brazil's harvest is moving from north to south. Mato Grosso, the largest state, about 51%, and nationwide about 29%. So that harvest will really pick up here in July. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn. December corn, as you tape here on Tuesday, are trading about $4.60 a bushel. Notice here, we look at history, a lot of years there. We're going to take out 2 different years here, 2013 and 2012. Notice there, look at those 2 years. 2012, of course, the market went sharply higher, and it did grind lower in 2013. It could be something different from these 2 years, but that shows you the potential for volatility moving forward and how important it is to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. And make sure to check out our video following the USDA report on Friday, July 10th for a detailed market analysis. This video will go live on our YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Central Time. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.